Hello students, hope you are doing well. Today we will start our first chapter, The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet from your book Flamingo. Before starting the chapter, let's know about the author. Alphonse Daudet was a French novelist and short story writer. He began his career as a school teacher, but later he quit his job to make a living as a journalist in Paris. He is so much popular in France even today that numerous colleges and schools bear his name, and his many books are still widely read, and many of these books are still in print. The story, The Last Lesson, has a historical background. It is set in the days of the Franco-Prussian War, 1870–71, and in this war, France was defeated by Prussia, led by Prussian Chancellor Otto von Bismarck. Prussia then consisted of what now are the nations of Germany, Poland, and parts of Austria. In this story, the French district of Alsace and Lorraine have passed into Prussian hands. French determination to regain Alsace-Lorraine became one of the many factors of the World War I. At present, Alsace is a part of France. Let's read the story to find out what effect this had on life at school. So this story depicts a day when the Lorraine and Alsace districts went under Prussian rule. Berlin had ordered that German language instead of French be taught in the schools there. The story is narrated by a French boy Franz. He is lazy but sensitive and likes to play like other children. He dislikes studying French, and that's why his teacher Amel also. It is the last day of their French teacher Amel, who has been there for 40 years. He is full of grief, nostalgia, and patriotism. As a mark of respect to his hard work, the village men also attend his last lesson. They all are sad as they and their children would not learn their mother tongue, French, anymore. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of a scolding, especially because Amel had said that he would question us on participles, and I didn't know the first word about them. So here the narrator, is a young school-going French boy Franz. He started for his school very late, and it was intentionally. Why he made late? Because he was in a great dread. He was in a great fear of scolding, because he hadn't learned his chapter, which his teacher Hamel had given, and the chapter was on participles. He didn't know the first word about them, means he didn't have any basic knowledge about that chapter. So for a moment he thought of running away to bunk the class and spending the day out of doors. Then he looked around. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field back of the sawmill, the Prussian soldiers were drilling. Sawmill is a kind of factory. So he looked around and he found that the day was beautiful to spend the whole day there, as he thought that it was all much more tempting than the rules for participles. But he had the strength to resist. He had the strength to resist, means though he was a careless child, but at the same time he was sensitive. So he controlled his emotions. He controlled his thought to bunk the class, and he hurried off to school. When he passed the town hall is a kind of building from where all administrative news or announcements are made. Nowadays we have virtual town hall. So when he passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. So outside that town hall, there was a bulletin board. Bulletin board is kind of notice board. So he saw that many people assembled there. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. Then he thought that most of the time this bulletin board had bad news. Like for last 2 years, they got all the bad news, like the lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer. So he thought that there must have been some bad news. But he didn't stop. Without stopping, what can be the matter now? He just thought, what could be the matter then?